guys, Downman here with another Star Citizen video for you. So yeah, I'm gonna go through the latest ATV and try and wrap it up and shorten it down. So I watched it so you don't have to. So what we're gonna go over here is the basic things that have happened in the latest ATV. So they've worked on the cockpit experience, such as breathing and stamina, for 3.0 when you're flying around and stuff, so your character will pass out. They've been working on close combat and whatnot, the active close combat styles and stuff. They've also been working on the UI experience. As you can see here, it does look really nice. You also may notice the pilot actually has hair with the helmet on if you look closely. They've been working on the mission system, so when you are able to accept, get rid of missions, all that sort of stuff. They've been working on particle effects, such pretty particle effects on the planet surface. They look almost like fireworks, don't you think? So yeah, they've also been working on a new ship weapon, the Amon laser cannon size 1 to 6, and the Claws and Werner laser repeater size 1 to 6, and they've also been working on the Gemini machine gun, as you can see here, for, on foot hand-to-hand style combat. They've had their art team working on space, just general pockets of space, so when you're in quantum travel, it looks nicer when you're flying through rather than just having a vast nothingness. There's space dust and all sorts of other stuff that you'll be seeing. They've redone the shading for the Yila asteroid field. As you can see here, it looks absolutely amazing. They've also finished up outposts, which is mining outposts, all sorts of other outposts, emergency outposts, gang outposts, you name it, abandoned outposts. They've actually finished them, which is amazing. They've done work on the decals for them and whatnot, and it looks great. They've also finished the airlocks and doors for the new room system, which I mentioned previously, such as oxygen and things like that. So yeah, as you can see here, the outposts, the planetary outposts, look absolutely fantastic. I mean, just look at this. I mean, it's very immersive. They've also worked on the lighting to really bring it together, and I think they've done a remarkable job. It's way better than I anticipated it ever could have been. It looks absolutely fantastic. I mean, this is movie quality right here. I mean, if there was a movie that was shot like this, with the Star Citizen assets, it'd probably look amazing. They've also worked on truck stops. They finished the outside. They're actually working on the interior now. They're working on special little admin areas also for such as Port Olisar, Grimhex, and places like that for us to hand in crates. They've also worked on an observation room for the truck stop, so you can see the comings and goings of all the ships, which is pretty damn cool. So yeah, as you can see here, everything is just coming along great. I mean, the assets, everything looks amazing. I mean, Star Citizen is really getting fleshed out now, and I think it has mastered all of the different feels that it was going for. As you can see here, the UI with the Mobi-Glass, they've worked on the kiosk system with it, and they're still tweaking it here and there, but it does look pretty damn good. It looks super sci-fi, and it doesn't look tacky at all. It looks really nice. As you can see here, there's the star map, and it's just so immersive. I mean, you got the background of space in the hologram as well if you look closely in the corners, and that looks really cool. I thoroughly like that. It really adds the immersion. I mean, you zoom in and then, oh man, it looks really great, and I cannot wait to see it in 3.0. So as you can see, the Mobi-Glass is pretty detailed, and its functionality has come on leaps and bounds, as you can see here, and I cannot wait. So this is accepting missions and whatnot. So yeah, I really am looking forward to this. I'm working on the abandoned system for it and stuff. So they've also been working on the item system 2.0 for ships. As you can see here, the guy is trying to, manipulate the systems on his ship, and everything is working. There's airlocks and stuff. As I mentioned, the new door system is working as well, so that's great. Button panels and all that's coming along nicely. Also, the new railgun sound effects are working, which is great, and they worked on the audio for the inside of the Javelin. So the interior of ships is coming along nicely. They're talking about the interior of ships. They've only got 2 rooms left to go on the inside of the Reclaimer. The Reclaimer is almost finished. They've been working on the cockpit and some of the main battle stations on the Reclaimer to really bring it up to speed, and it looks absolutely fantastic. I mean, the Reclaimer is looking gorgeous. I mean, absolutely stunning. They've been working on a couple of the enter and exits for the Mobi-Glass, as you saw there, and NPCs. Now, they've also been working on derelict ships on planets, so that they have a really nice artist-driven sort of, you know, things on the planet, such as derelicts, which I'm guessing are going to be for missions, and that's going to be great. Traveling down to a derelict is going to be, I think, a risky endeavor, because you never know. I think they're going to have pirates around there. Definitely pirates. I'm hoping for some on-foot pirates to get some, you know, like hand-to-hand combat action going. They've been working on the fold-away mechanic for the whole season. They've been sorting out so there's no clipping issues and everything just sort of ka-chunks properly, if that's a technical term, ka-chunk. But yeah, they've been working on the interior lighting for the whole sea as well to bring everything up to speed, and it looks fantastic. So this is a Reclaimer, as I was mentioning earlier. They've really nailed that grimy, utilitarian, sort of garbage truck feel, I think. And that's pretty much what the Reclaimer is. It's a giant salvage ship that is able to recycle other ships and things it come across. So yeah, like the cockpit, they've really nailed down the cramped feel. The screens all will fold out around you, a lot like they do in the Retaliator bomber. I really love the feel of it. It does feel very industrial, and they've nailed it with yellows. I'm glad they went with yellow instead of orange, because I think that really nails the feel. So, planets and procedural technology. So this is what some of the dudes have been working on. They've been working on procedural planet and moon technology. Each planet is unique. It's all procedurally generated, plus artist driven. So there's, you know, really nice assets in there. They've been working really hard to nail down the assets. As you can see here, this is what they showed us last time. So this is old footage, as you can see here, of the Freelancer re-entering the atmosphere. And you can see how far they've come, like with the planetary tech. Then they showed us this video, which was the one where they flew down in the constellation Aquila. And it looked amazing then. As you can see, like, the planet looks absolutely gorgeous. You can see the water, you can see the clouds, you can see the sky. I mean, it just looks absolutely fantastic. I mean, I just don't understand how someone could not like that. So here's the planet tech now. As you can see, the person's walking along the planet's surface. You can see another planet there in the distance. That has a very Prometheus feel in my opinion. You know, that sort of desert, and then you have that moon just set right there in the sort of 12 o'clock on the screen. It looks very nice. I'm loving this planet though. This planet I really want to visit, like, this area of the planet. I mean, you can really get that sort of cold, dry feel from this area. This very sort of desolate, alone environment. Very much Interstellar, if you've seen that movie. This planet reminds me of that. You know, that feel where they found Matt Damon? That sort of area. As you can see here, there's a derelict starfarer, and the derelicts, I think, are really looking great. So they've been working on the textures and whatnot so that they all conform with where the star is in relative to the planet, so that the shadows and stuff are all done correctly, so there's no, like, you know, issues where maybe a patch of land looks really out of place. Everything is done so that it's super optimized, and it's done so it renders at different ranges. As you can see here, that's the planet from a distance, that's getting closer, and that's getting even closer. Everything has to look great up close, like right up in your grill, and great from super far away, where the planet is barely visible. Like the planet is the size of an apple. It has to look amazing, and it has to look amazing when you're down on the planet's surface. So this is the ecosystems and assets. As you can see here, this is the stuff that they're capable of doing. You can see the shrubbery, or the green stuff, looks really damn good, and it's perfectly balanced with the mountains and stuff you can see in the background. Now, Star Citizen is not like most games. Star Citizen doesn't really have a background. Everything that's in the background you can visit. It all depends on where you choose to land, because you can land anywhere on a planet as long as your ship is actually capable of landing there. You won't be able to land on a vertical surface, you know, like where only one point is jutting up. You're not going to be able to balance your ship Looney Tunes style on on a point. That ain't going to work. But wherever your ship is capable of landing is where you're able to go, basically. So if you find a nice little patch of land between a canyon, you can land there. You can land on the edge of the canyon if you choose to. You can land, you know, on a hillside. You can land anywhere. So that's why it's important that everywhere on these planets looks and feels great. So this is with scattering. Now, they've had to add scattering so that the planet surfaces are not desolate. Otherwise, they'll be devoid of, you know, stuff. You'd just be driving through a constant desert. With this, you get rocks and things lying all over the place. So as you can see here, this is the old demo they showed us. This is very early days, and this is now. So you can see the huge difference. You've got real atmosphere to the planet. The planet's environment is actually being expressed through the art, and it actually has stuff on the surface, such as rocks. I can imagine maybe two ships go down in close proximity. You'll be using those rocks as cover. You know, maybe two pilots are dogfighting. Both their ships were severely damaged and they've crash landed. Either pilot now has to fight one another if they choose to, in hand to hand, you know, with their sidearms. And you'll be using these rocks and these strange formations, which are all random and procedurally generated, as cover. Imagine that. You're down the surface, you know, your ship has gone down, and you see the other guy's ship go down just in front of you. And you gotta think to yourself, you know, oh crap, here we go, we're in combat kind of deal. So as you can see here, this is the new Cutlass Black, and it looks way better than I anticipated, especially flying in formation with other Cutlass Blacks. This is what the QA team has been testing for 3.0. They've been trying to get it out the door to us as soon as possible. So allow them some time, guys, to, you know, really mull it over. Give these guys enough time to get it to the quality that they want. Have faith in CIG. They know what they're doing, guys. I'm guessing that 3.0 is probably going to be delayed till after July, and that's just fine, so don't worry about it. So as you can see, there's their heavy landing on the planet. They're just trying to basically, you know, test out any of the bugs and whatnot. So they had a bunch of guys land on the planet surface and walk around and whatnot and really get a feel for the place. You know, just general QA stuff. But it looks absolutely gorgeous, doesn't it? Imagine landing down on the planet surface. Oh, I can't wait. But as you can see, everything has to look fantastic from right up in your grill, from the button panel on the ship to the planet from millions of miles away. It has to look perfect, and that's what I love about Star Citizen. They don't settle for just anything. The quality has to be damn near perfect. They won't settle for 5. It has to be 10. So as you can see what I mean about pilots fighting in hand-to-hand on a planet's surface, imagine that's you. Imagine you have crashed your ship and you're having to now fight off pirates that are landing and trying to scavenge your wreckage. You've got to protect your black box. You know what I mean? You've got your pistol, you've got your machine gun, you're ready to go. So yeah, now I'd highly recommend doing some Star Marine and getting some practice in for that sort of environment. It's going to be absolutely tremendous. So you're about to see some very, very beautiful footage of a landed reclaimer and some people. So there's a reclaimer from far away. As you can see, the camera is slowly panning in, and we can now see an Ursa rover on the surface and a couple of guys in exploration suits. Now please note that this is not your standard combat armor. This is the exploration gear. As you can see them, they're crouched down there looking around. The camera is slowly panning in closer. You can see all the dust and the rocks and really get a feel for the planet and its desolate sort of wasteland kind of feel. Now, the camera's going to stop and they're going to go over each of the things like the wireframe, albedo, world space normals, gloss smoothness, procedural ground cover objects on, procedural large scale objects particle effects on, atmosphere on, multi-material scattering on, and terrain contact blending on. These are all the different things they have running, such as post FX color stuff going on as well, and it really helps bring out the feel, and I think that is fantastic. I mean, the Reclaimer has always been one of my favorite ships. I can't wait to see them in game, and it looks glorious. I mean, just look at it. It's like a monolith in the wasteland, and that's going to be your base, your ground of operations when you land for one of these missions. And then the camera pans in on someone working on a railgun. I mean, just look at that. The quality is tremendous. I am hoping that they nail down the optimization so that my PC does not sound like a small airplane taking off when I try and load the game. And I'm hoping that the network code is being worked on also, like to the point where it'll be that smooth when we're all playing it. So that has been the latest ATV wrap-up in roughly 15 minutes. Thank you guys so much for watching. It really does mean a lot to me, you guys. You come back here to watch these videos. As you know, I've been doing Crossout videos also. So bear with me, guys. I haven't forgotten about Star Citizen. I still hold it very close to my heart. So yeah, I'll still keep doing Star Citizen videos and Crossout videos for now, and keep going for as long as I can. As you know, guys, I've been doing all these videos for free. I receive no payment other than a smile from you guys, and if you can smile, then that's payment enough. Thank you guys yet again for coming to the channel. Please leave a like, feel free to comment, all that greatness. It really does mean a lot to me. And subscribe if you like these kinds of videos. I put out one Star Citizen video a week. I'll be starting a new Star Citizen video series soon, so don't worry, you'll be getting more of your favorite drug soon. And yeah, so thank you guys. I can't thank you guys enough. You guys are amazing. But yeah, it really means a lot to me. Thank you for sticking with my channel. And I love you all, and I hold you all close to my heart like I do with Star Citizen. So, you know the drill. Fly safe, Commanders, and I'll see you in the verse.